Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut, and I'm here with Mike Kelly, and we're Real Estate Jerky Daily. It's Thursday, so it's always a little bit later because of Rotary.
What do you specialize in?
I specialize in VA loans.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And reverse. Someone told me I actually specialize in dignity.
Bringing dignity back to
just dignity because of vet, right? You
Yep.
serve our country, and dignity for people who are, pressuring,
strapped.
for reverse mortgages who they need to get in there, get some money out. It's huge right now. A lot of people are doing it because they are so tapped out right now.
Truth. I specialize in probate and estate sales. I do everything else, but I specialize in those. I even got a certification for it. Woo-hoo-hoo.
So that's your specialty.
My-
Just because you specialize in something doesn't mean you can't help other people, but your message, and this is for everybody listening, your message needs to be to the person that you want it to get to. That's important. And if you have the right message, they'll get to them and you'll get busier with those people. You can still help other people.
Get busier.
I guess someone's breaking in or something.
Must be.
Annabelle's going crazy today.
Ugh.
All right. So existing home sales, which track existing home sales, increased by 1%. 1.3% in July, which is shocking to everybody out there.
Is it?
At a 3.95 unit annualized pace, which was just below the 4 million estimate. So they thought we were going to come in at 4 million. It came in at 1, so supply was up 19.8% from a year ago. And the median existing home price was 422,600 in July. That's a 4.2 rise from a year ago. So values are still going up. We're not going to bubble.
Oh, it's a bubble of inflation.
Yeah. Initial jobless claims also comes out today, every Thursday.
Yes.
Even if we don't tell you, it's coming out on Thursday. Measures individual filing for unemployment benefits for the first time was reported at 232,000 claims for last week. This represents an increase of 4,000 from the previous revised figure of 228,000 and was more than the expectations of 230,000. Yeah. So the government's making these bullshit claims.
Yeah.
Let's not get there. Let me do the last one. Then you can get there. Continuing claims increased to 1.68, 1.863. I must be dyslexic or something. Million from the previous week figure that was revised to 1.85 million. So there are people who are staying. So last week they said, hey, people fell off. Well, those people are back and there's plus more. And initial jobless claims are up again, people losing their jobs. And there's a lot of companies laying off. And it's more quiet because they're so focused on this election, how great, all the 8 networks except for Fox and one other one is all focused on how amazing she is and how joy and everything's going on instead of focusing on the numbers.
Yeah. And the BLS, they kind of
Bureau of Labor Statistics. Yes.
Right. Should be just BS, right?
It actually is BS labor report because, and there's 2 sections of this. We talked about, I think, yesterday for a second.
We did.
There's 2 sections of this report. One is put out by technically the government Bureau of Labor Statistics. Sounds like a government agency that's controlled by our government. And then they do a household survey. The household survey for the last year has said it is different than what the BLS jobs report is putting out. It's saying it's fine. Everything's good. We're seeing more people. I don't know why I'm holding this chapstick to do everything. And then, you'd call the houses, which is a home one. They're saying, no, it's horrible. We're unemployed. The unemployment rate's going up. Right. Well, yesterday we talked about this. It was a horrible thing, whatever you want to look at it. They realized that, hey, we overstated by 818,000 jobs from March of 23 to March of 24.
Made it look like we were really making
some headway. So 1 in 3 jobs that supposedly were created were never created. Some people would call that lying.
Yeah.
But again, the only people who are considered lying are the ones telling the truth. In today's world. It's a bizarro world. That means there was a negative 68,000 per month difference in job creation than what they told us. And I say this to the government because the government is really in control of this number.
Right.
The Commerce Secretary, they interviewed her last night at the DNC, and they were saying in this report, said, is this a negative with this huge revision of the numbers that were, and she's like, I don't know. I don't believe anything Trump says. And the lady says, no, these are your guys' numbers. And she's like, I don't know anything about that. You're the Commerce Secretary. That's like the Transportation Secretary going, I don't know why we can't get these ships into the harbor and get this stuff and transportation.
Didn't he say that?
Yes, he did. So,
but he just had a baby.
But 6 months on maternity leave, give me a break. You've taken over a job for our government.
Well,
you don't get that.
He was milking the government.
That's the problem. You don't get to do that. If you're going to serve this country, you don't get to play these. Oh, I got to go be home. Great. Well, you can call from home when the baby's sleeping and deal with this stuff. And at night and other times.
Right.
Some of us who have a real job that's in sales and we don't have a salary, we work all the time.
Well, think about what women do when they have the baby. They still take care of everything. Come on.
You didn't help your wife? Oh, God. No wonder you're divorced.
No.
I'm just messing. I just fucking with it.
It always cracked me up, though. I mean, she always cracked me up saying, you don't do a thing. And I'm looking around going, okay, I've cleaned the house. I've made dinner. I made you lunch. I made you breakfast. I changed diapers. I work. The only one working.
Yeah, but it's overwhelming for women with a baby because it's like constant taking care. I get that.
Oh, all
right.
She had so much help.
Yeah. Thursday. So today we had just those where the Jackson Hole meeting starting today. So the question is, how is this change going to affect what they're looking at doing going forward?
You mean a change of
818,000 different jobs? That's almost a million jobs that were not created out of the 15 million that supposedly were created, and 14 million came back from the after the pandemic just came back. So that means the million they made weren't really there. It was only 200,000.
Right. Jeez.
Can you keep track of these numbers?
Yeah, I'm watching. I'm looking. I'm seeing.
So there starts a meeting today in Jackson Hole, and the question really is tomorrow, what are they going to see or say, I should say, after this, right? And today the bond's taken in the shorts today because I guess the existing home sales, it was rallying yesterday. So opened at 3.80 and now we're at 3.85. So it's not a major difference, but it is sometimes they take profits and other stuff, and that's why you see the difference. This is a long-term strategy going down. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to go. And I think what's going to happen is that falling flat on our face recovery that I talked about a year or two ago, saying with this recession, we're going to fall flat on our face. I have a feeling we're going to do that.
We're going to fall flat on our face.
That, or at least when we go to catch ourselves, we broke our arm.
Yeah.
or a hip,
a wrist,
or a hip.
Yeah.
So this is these are made because if you look at the reason I'm hitting on these job numbers is we would have lowered rates sooner.
Right.
The numbers were there. They would have, because they're saying we're going off of the unemployment is what we're looking at. That's what we're following. And until that we see that market show weakness, we're not going to do anything. It showed weakness a long time ago.
But they said we created 1 million jobs. They were only off by 818,000.
Yeah.
They only lied about those many jobs.
Lying means that they didn't know what they were doing. So the only people, you don't lie in politics.
Okay. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. No, someone asked me yesterday about Trump lying. I said, well, he was an entertainer. They embellish. They don't lie. Right. Only politicians lie.
We had Congressman Duarte speak this morning, and that guy knows water. He knows water, and he knows. He touched on the high-speed rail boondoggle, and said that will never be finished in our great-grandchildren's timeline, but they still keep throwing money at it, and they want to throw another $31 billion at it right now.
I wonder who the contracts, the no-bid contracts are.
Well, I thought it was Dianne Feinstein's husband got the construction contract on that. And a little bit of nepotism, and
that's the problem. Everybody wants to know who gets the contracts. That's a problem. Years ago, you had to say that you were connected and you couldn't get those things. But today, there's no insider trading for politicians. There's none of that other stuff. It's only everybody else who gets into trouble.
Yeah.
Because if I did anything like they did, I guess I better go in politics.
Well, I think that's where you're going to make your money.
Well, that's where Obama made his money.
No kidding. Yeah. And Pelosi and,
years and years and Biden and everybody else. And that's not how it should be. You should go there to serve the country, not go there to serve your pockets.
Wiser words have never been uttered. All right.
Because if that's the case, then all the military people should be lying in their pockets with all that money that's over there in Afghanistan.
They should have just filled their pockets.
They should have just taken all that gold. Hey, we're doing what the politicians are doing. What's the problem? No, you go to jail. There's a difference. Back in the day, though, back in the World War II or whatever, they were shipping, people were shipping parts home of Jeeps, and they shipped the whole Jeep home.
Yeah. Look what I got.
Yeah.
I got a Christmas present.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I mean, it's better than leaving it there for the other the country to do parades with it. Oh, you didn't hear about all the Afghan stuff?
no.
Oh my God. The anniversary, they did a whole parade of all of the equipment that we left there. They're driving the helicopters, everything in a parade.
Thank you, Biden.
Yeah, we should have blown all that stuff up is what we normally do.
Scuttle them.
Take it out of there or just blowing it all up and left parts.
Pieces.
Anyway.
All right. Well, it's a wonderful Thursday.
Yeah.
We're not angry about any of this stuff.
I'm not angry.
I am.
I just want this not to happen, mess with our business.
Right.
There's so much stuff that messes with our business. We go to work to get paid and do best for our clients. Because I can't say we go to work just to do best for our clients. We want to get paid also.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok about the whole commission thing and how this guy played both sides of the thing. And he was talking about how he called the listing agent. And he's like, yeah, you need to get represented by a buyer's agent. Yeah, but we didn't want to do that because they wanted 3%. And we don't want to pay them. So we don't come directly to you.
Yeah.
And he says, well, okay, well, you have to sign a buyer agreement and agree to pay 3% also. I don't want to do that. Well, you could just come to the open house and just see the place on Saturday.
Right.
It's this Tuesday. And they say, okay, that's what we'll do. So he tells his wife, this is what we're going to do. And so then they go, oh my God, it went pending. And I'm going to call that agent up. And calls the agent. And the agent says, yeah, we had a full price offer and it was from somebody who was represented by a buyer's agent. And we accepted and there's no need to have the open house on the Saturday.
Right.
And then they also added on to this about how in other states you can use a title attorney to write up an offer.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go through them.
Right.
But you still have to get an agent to show you the house.
Right.
And
you
they're
still
like,
got to pay that agent.
Well, not only that, but the attorney who's going to write every offer, you're going to you're charged $1,000 to $1,500 to write the offer because you're paying $300 to $500 per hour for their time.
Mm-hmm.
Just pay the 3%. And here's the thing that's very confusing for most people. It's always been there.
Right.
The seller will pretty much, I would say 90% of the time cover that somehow.
Right.
There's just that one, maybe 99% of the time. There's just going to be that 1% of people who've always been a pain in the butt who don't want to do anything and pay certain things.
They never want to pay anything. They're the sell by owners of the world who are like, well, I don't want to pay a commission. Okay, well, 9 times out of 10, the story goes, well, we can drop 6% off your price right now because you're not paying a commission. And then not even to mention the fact that they don't get market value. There's no competition on the property. So what do they leave on the table? Lots of money, but they saved a commission. Happy Thursday, Alvina. Always good to see you.
Oh, she talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. She looked like she had a lot of people at that meeting.
She
yesterday.
did.
But if anything she puts on, a lot of people are going to come to.
Yeah. If you've ever heard her speak or present anything, she's just amazing. She knows her stuff.
Yeah. She definitely does.
Yeah.
Yep.
I should learn from her.
Yes, you should.
Well, why weren't you both there?
Because we have recordings at that time.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a job that at 9 a.m. on every Wednesday we have to do. And unless we in 2 weeks we could be there. Oh, that's right. I'm out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike just told me everything anyway, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yep. I got it all.
Yeah.
My pink bathroom. That's a John Hyatt song. All right. Love you guys. Peace out.
Yes. Thanks for everything. Sorry if we were on a little soapbox today, but the number thing is huge. These lies that are controlling the market is horrible.
Yeah.
And
it screws with so many people's lives.
Everything. It messes with everything. I mean, rates could be lower, a lot lower. People could have get rid of their credit card debt a lot easier and make more sense because they're going, well, I'm going from a 3% to a 4.75. What's the big deal? Right now, it's closer to 6 something, and that to them that's a bigger deal. And it's stop worrying about that low interest rate. That is that abusive relationship you have right now. Ignore that. Forget that. That is the worst thing we've ever done to you is put you in those rates.
Yep.
That is the worst thing we ever did. Yeah. Well, you don't have to be, but you're in your head, but I'm going to give up this low interest rate. You're never going to pay that house off anyway. Eventually you're going to sell it, move somewhere else. So why are you worried about it? And if Miss Harris gets in, you're going to definitely need some write-off. So you need to have some more interest to write off it because otherwise you're going to be giving away a lot of money to the taxes.
Yep.
So that's where when things happen, this is with the 80s and early 90s. and some of the 2000s where we wanted more interest and more interest rate costs for your mortgage so you could write all that off. So,
and that mortgage deduction is
pretty much
under attack every single year.
Well, most people don't even use it these days. They take the standard deduction.
Right.
But that's a guarantee if they're trying to get money to pay for all this stuff that they're trying to do, because everything is a government program,
right?
Everything. And they're going to get it through taxes. They're going to get it through more IRS agents. They're going to get it from us. When they're giving all this stuff, it's coming from somebody.
Yeah.
It's us.
Well, you know what? If you want every bit of my income, fine. But you take care of my every whim.
Well, that's what they
if
want
I'm going
to
to be
do.
on the dole, don't put me on a poor man's dole. If you're going to take everything I work really hard for, you make sure I have everything I ever wanted.
Well, the other thing they want to do is this unrealized gains. They're talking even houses.
Yeah.
So if your house goes up by $100,000, you didn't sell it, nothing. They want you to pay taxes on that. Well, the question when it goes down, do they give you back money? No.
Nope.
And that's the problem. You really need to look at what these people are saying, and they're talking joy and happy and all this stuff, but they're not talking policies, because if they talk policies, you guys would say they're crazy.
They're crazy.
All right, I'm done.
Me too.
And
we are going to have a little podcast here real soon and talk about all the propositions that are coming up.
Are we?
Oh, we are. Well, I think we need to. I think we owe it to our listeners, our viewers, because a lot of people don't take time to really read them and understand them. Like if it's you vote yes, it means no, or if you vote no, it means yes.
Yeah,
those confusing things where we could have repealed the gas tax, but you had to say yes to it.
Because, man, it's amazing what they've done with that gas tax on our roads.
Yeah, they're so, they're in such great shape.
Oh, and the homeless, it's just, they're all gone.
No,
thank God.
They were about to, but they misplaced that 245 million or billion. And don't have an accounting for it.
I know where it's at. It's in someone's pocket or bank account.
It's paying for the wine production at a couple wineries.
All right, we're going to go before we really get into trouble.
Exactly.
All right, everybody make it a great day.
Love
Thanks
you
for being
all.
here. We'll be back
have
tomorrow.
A great day.
And we have this weekend, we have Courtney Buford from
Las
Vegas talking about what it looks like there, and also is going to get into the buyer agreement. I think also you two are smart. I had to walk away last night from Oprah. Yeah, exactly. It's all about paychecks. They all want to get paid, and they're there to get paid. And unfortunately, because someone said, Obama made all his money in government. Well, how do you make your money, millions of dollars by being the president? Well, we know how. All right, we'll get out of here. Thanks, everybody. Make it a great day.
Out.
All right, bye.